What's up, my friends? Welcome to New View Tech Review. My name is David Gelly, and today we are reviewing the iPhone 8.
I take my medicine at 8 p.m. with water, 'cause the doctor told me it would be my key. Couple Addies in the morning make me stronger.
So to start off, let me first say that I'm an Apple fanboy as far as their laptops go, and I'm an Android fan as far as phones go. I bought my first iPhone in 2012, the iPhone 5. It was fun to use, but it quickly showed its limitations. I eventually sold my iPhone for the HTC One M7 and haven't gone back since. But the iPhone 8 surprised me. It's the first iPhone that I've actually enjoyed using since the iPhone 5. So what exactly makes this phone worth the upgrade? Let's dig in and find out. The iPhone 8 has a beautiful 4.7-inch 326 ppi LCD Retina HD display that features True Tone, a way for your screen to automatically adjust its coloring to fit your specific environment. And even though this display is nothing special on paper, it somehow manages to beat out other manufacturer displays that have better specs. I guess we'll just sum that up to the magical fairy dust that Steve Jobs left behind. Something that I've taken notice to while reviewing this phone is how lifelike the display looks. It almost looks as if you could physically touch the app icons. On the back of the phone, Apple decided to remove all those random words that covered the bottom half of the device, making the design look way cleaner. The iPhone 8 comes with an oleophobic coated glass on the front and back, a coating that helps prevent fingerprints and makes wiping them off easier. And it does seem to do exactly that. Now, this silver model is obviously lighter in color and therefore doesn't show fingerprints as easily as the space gray model would, but I can definitely tell a difference in the quality as compared to the Galaxy Note 8's glass. And of course, with it being 2017, we now have wireless charging on the iPhone, a nice feature to use on your nightstand or if you don't like fiddling around with cords. The iPhone 8 will work with any Qi standard wireless charging pads, even if it happens to be their enemy's product. As for wired charging, I actually found it to charge fairly fast even with its regular out-of-the-box charger. It definitely seems to charge faster than previous models. And the iPhone 8 will charge even faster with the separate purchase of a $70 29-watt charger. Apple, this is the perfect example of why Android users hate your company. Just saying. Battery life was able to get me through a full day with moderate usage, especially with its incredible standby performance that slowly sips battery. The iPhone 8 is IP67 water and dust resistant, making it submergible in up to 3 feet of water for 30 minutes. As for what's under the hood, we have 2 GB of RAM, the A11 Bionic CPU, and a 1821 mAh battery. Once again, these specs are nothing special on paper, but while using the device, you'd think you had 6 GB of RAM and a 2800 mAh battery. And it runs just like butter. Scrolling through the UI is incredibly smooth. This is where Apple truly shines. Perfectly optimized software to work in sync with their hardware. And it allows Apple to use some pretty basic hardware to keep their production costs down. But of course, they still charge you an arm and a leg for any of their models. That's just what they do. And it's with this crazy fast performance that we get AR apps and features. It works fairly well and can sense depth, so you can move around in the environment, though it does have some bugs that could be tuned up in future software updates. I can definitely see some practical uses for AR, especially with interior designers. The iPhone 8 brings with it the beloved home button, for now. And it's actually really nice using Apple's latest home buttons paired with their Taptic engines. It has a really sharp, clean buzz to give you the sense of clicking a real button. And while scrolling through the UI, you'll notice a taptic feedback that occurs here and there that brings iOS 11 to life, something that you should really feel for yourself. And speaking of iOS 11, we get fun, useful features such as Control Panel, 3D Touch, the widgets screen, and just overall better performance. And Siri continues to be Siri. Have we seen any real updates to Siri in the past few years? If you're not a fan of Siri, you can always just download Google Assistant to take care of all your AI needs. The back camera comes in at 12 megapixels with an f1.8 aperture, digital zoom up to 5x, and OIS just to top it off. It snaps clear and beautiful pictures, just as you'd expect from an iPhone. The back-facing camera also offers video resolutions of 720p all the way up to 4K, and even allows for 1080p recording at 240 frames per second for HD slow-mo shots. You might want to consider investing in the 256GB model if you plan to shoot anything in those high-quality settings. Here's a quick video sample using the back camera on default settings, as well as the audio that the phone picks up while recording. And here we are doing a video test of the back camera / audio test of what the microphone will pick up. The front-facing camera comes in at 7 megapixels with an f2.2 aperture and can shoot 1080p video for FaceTime or vlogging. Here's a quick video sample using this camera.
Then the lower bin. I
Moving on to all things audio. The iPhone 8 provides us with some pretty sweet stereo speakers that actually remind me a lot of the speakers on the HTC 10, where the earpiece is also used as a kind of tweeter amp for higher frequencies, and the bottom speaker provides the lower frequency bass output. The big difference is in how loud these speakers can get. Apple claims that they are now 25% louder than that of the iPhone 7 speakers. You can crank these bad boys up to 92 decibels, beating the Note 8 by 3 decibels and the HTC 10 by a whopping 10 decibels. The speakers sound nice and clear, and really do have some good bass output, just as Apple claimed during their keynote in September. And just in case any of you live under a rock, Apple seems to be completely done with headphone jacks and moving on to wireless headphones, or headphones connected by dongles. The headphones that come included in the box connect via Lightning port, which is funny because all of Apple's MacBooks use Type-C ports now, and no Lightning ports. Meaning you can't even use the iPhone headphones with Apple laptops without using more dongles. And I thought they were all about continuity. So overall, this phone feels great, it looks great, and it performs great. In terms of design, it really hasn't changed that much from previous models, but subtle changes such as removing the wording on the back of the iPhone really make it feel that much better. Even though I'm an Android fan, I will say that this phone won me over. The sharpness of the display paired with the snappy UI and topped off with the sharp buzzing taptic feedback throughout iOS 11 made reviewing this phone surprisingly fun and refreshing. Now, would I recommend upgrading to the iPhone 8 from the iPhone 7? If you're really wanting a cleaner design, better charging options, or AR features, then yes. But if you really don't care about those things, then I say just wait for the iPhone X, as that will have a lot more to offer. That's all I have for you today, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this review of the iPhone 8. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.